Hi and welcome to it. In today's video, we're going to be playing one of my first and only game. Like many other programmers out there, my introduction into programming was via games. I really wanted to build games, but at the time I had so many challenges, and one of the challenges was that I had this crappy old computer that could not do anything. I couldn't run a game engine or any other framework that would help me to build any game. I had to resort to using a plain old IDE to actually build the game. Made it more difficult because I didn't have the luxury of a game engine to assist me into building a game. And at the time I had really limited understanding of programming because I was only starting out. So it was a bit of a challenge, but I stuck it out, and I believe I created something decent for someone who was just starting out at the time. So I was really proud of myself for actually going through the process and just going through that and learning some of the basics and fundamentals of building a game. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's go ahead and just play this game. Okay, now this is the menu. After 3 years of not playing this game, I still appreciate how the menu came out. As much as I could remember, the menu wasn't completely original. I had referenced this idea from elsewhere on the internet. I've decided to incorporate it into my game. I obviously tweaked it a little bit and spiced it up and changed it so that it could fit into my game and my design as well. I really appreciate the logo and how the logo blends in with the menu. The menu has basic functionality, so you can change your settings, like change your sounds. You can also change your controls at gameplay, and you can exit if you choose to do so. So that's basically it for the menu. Let's go ahead and just start playing the game. And finally the game, and off the bat I must agree that this game really looks basic, but at the time I had so many challenges that really affected how the game looks like at the moment. And one of the biggest challenges of this game was CPU consumption. This game was chowing a lot of CPU. As much as I could remember, it was about 80% of the entire CPU usage, and that was really ridiculous. Imagine playing a game that really consumes about 80% of your CPU and it looks basic. So I really had to cut down on a lot of things, and I cut down on the animation. I also cut down on the amount of imagery that I had and the size of imagery as well. So everything had to be quite small and very congested, and I went on to create the gameplay, which I still appreciate. It still looks good, it still feels good as well, and the whole point about the game is really trying to kill as many enemies as you can without dying. And the enemies as well, they're basically trying to kill you and deplete your life points, and if you manage to survive throughout the game, you move over to the next round. And as much as I can remember, there's a boss in the next round. So basically that's about it for this level. Really nothing much to it. As I said, it is basic, but for someone like myself who was only starting out with programming, this was a lot, and at the time I was really proud of myself. So yeah. So this is the boss for stage 1, and I must say it does look like a space warship. It goes on to mimic the attacking abilities of the enemies in stage 1. It has really basic functionalities. It moves from left to right and right to left, and all you have to do is try to kill the boss as much as possible, and in turn the boss is really trying to kill you. If you manage to complete this level, then you move over to stage 2. And this is me at this point trying to kill this boss as much as possible. That's because I am the one who built this game. So yeah.
A few moments later.
One thing I really appreciate about this game is that it is so stable. It does not crash at all. You can literally play it from start to end without experiencing any crashes at this point. So the second round isn't so different from the first round. The only difference is the speed of the enemies. They are much more faster than the first round, as expected from a game, and it's a bit harder to finish this round as opposed to the first round. All you have to do is basically do what you did in the first round and trying to evade all the enemy attacks, while you trying to land more attacks so that you can gain more life and not lose life points, so that you can move over to the last boss and possibly the end of the game. Other than that, there's nothing else to it. This is basically it. All you have to do is just be more sharper than what you were in your first round. Let's go over to the final boss, and I think the final, as much as I can remember, the final boss was a bit interesting. Let's go to the boss. The final boss and potentially your demise. This is where you die, I think. But yeah, this is much more harder than the other boss, and the bullets here move diagonally, the boss moves diagonally as well, and it's much more harder to evade all the attacks, and you sort of have to come up with a way to go with the bullets and the boss as well. So it's a bit weird but also nice as well, and I really appreciate how I came about with this. It was the best part of the game for me, and I really appreciate how it looks like and how the movement is, because it's a bit harder and it's possibly like the last stage, and this is basically where you try to complete the game, and I adamant that you will not complete this game on your first try. So this is basically what I'm trying to do, and yeah, this is it. This is the final boss, and if you manage to surpass this boss or manage to defeat this boss, you then complete the game. And this is me trying to complete the game again. I will not lose to my own creation. I birthed this thing and I will defeat it. That's the end of the game. We finally completed the game. The boss has been defeated, and this is basically the end of the game. There's nothing more to do. You've completed the game, and you finished everything. You're the victor of the game. When the game is complete, you can go ahead and just read the backstory and the storyline. It's a bit funny, but if you have time, go ahead and play the game. Tell me what you think about the game. Do take into consideration that this was my first game. Don't be too judgmental as well. But other than that, the game is complete, and I hope you guys enjoy playing the game. I also want to say that this year I'll be releasing the remake of this game using Unity, and I will not be working alone. I'll have other guys who are going to be assisting me in building this game. It's going to be available on PC and mobile. Just look out on my social channels. I'll be posting regularly and updates about when the game is going to be released. I'm going to be uploading videos here on this channel. It's going to be somewhat of a dev block of all the progress of the game, and you guys better make sure you subscribe to the channel so you guys get notifications and when the video comes out, you guys can check it out. But other than that, I'm super excited for other videos that are gonna come out on this channel. I hope you guys really love this video, and please subscribe, like this video, and see you next time, and the code shall be with you.